Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. We've got a surprise extra upload this week, so I'll be right with you. Hello everyone, welcome to the Radical Geek YouTube channel where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we do video uploads, and on Sundays we host a live stream, affectionately coined Coffee Talk, where we share a warm beverage, talk about the history and the mechanics of it, and then spend time talking amongst ourselves and generally sharing a good time amongst friends. So this is actually an off-schedule video. And so happy Tuesday, happy solstice, and also happy National Shrimp Day. So I thought it would be fun if I just shared a little shrimp making with you. And we'll work through all of that. And I will tell you that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of winging it here. So we'll see how it goes. And we'll probably have to do a little pause in between. But for starters, I have shrimp, and these are raw white shrimp that have been peeled and deveined. So, and they are the extra large jumbo. When you make, and I'm going to make coconut shrimp. I knew I was forgetting to tell you something important. Coconut shrimp, because I have my air fryer. This is the Instant Pot Omni Plus air fryer, toaster oven, rotisserie, all-around combo of a good device. So anyways, coconut shrimp, I'll get back to it. I know, scattered brain today. So large, extra large jumbo. Because I'm making coconut shrimp, you use the extra large jumbo because of how much batter there is on it. The coconut flakes and everything is a bit bigger than your average breadcrumb. And so it takes longer for it to get crispy, and that's why you would use the extra large jumbo. If you were making any other kind of fried shrimp, maybe, just like your standard for keto, if you're just having like your regular little bit of coconut flour, or almond flour, or pork rinds, small shrimps. So, but jumbo shrimps for today, and extra so because I am hungry. So in this bowl, I have coconut milk from Thai Kitchen, and it is the full fat original coconut milk, and 2 eggs. So that, again, there we go back to it being much thicker than your average egg wash, but it's also very tasty. There is no sweetener. Coconut shrimp is not a sweet dish, it's a savory dish. It has a very hint of sweetness to it, just simply out of the natural coconut flavor. And it's often sweeter in commercial restaurants because they use the sweetened coconut, and we are not using sweetened coconut. In my last bowl, and you can see it's a bit chunky, and that is, I have half a cup of pork rind dust. So, and it's just plain pork rinds that you pulverize in your food processor, and not quite half a package of pina colada keto chow. And then what I've added into then is another quarter cup of Bob's Red Mill unsweetened, unsulfured coconut flakes. I couldn't get the usual shredded coconut, same brand, also unsweetened, unsulfured, which would be maybe a better texture. But it's been out, so I got the flakes, and all I did was I chopped at them a little bit to kind of break them up, but it's still quite large. I don't mind that. I don't even care if it gets a little burnt a little bit, as long as it's not like super bad all over. So those are the things that I've got here to assemble my coconut shrimp. The other thing I did was I made myself a dipping sauce. I don't know quite what to call this. And oh, it smells amazing. You can see it's the bright red though. And what, boy, it's tangy and spicy. What I did for this, and it probably could use a little more thickener, but I'm not going to give a crap about that. But what I used was apple cider vinegar. And now most of the time, you would, if you were making like a sweet Thai chili sauce to go with your coconut shrimp, which would be something that you get in a lot of restaurants, you would use a rice wine vinegar or a white vinegar, and I didn't want to go to the store, so I used apple cider vinegar, and I like it anyways. I also had coconut aminos. Now, a lot of times with sweet chili sauce, you would use like a sambal or another kind of chili paste, but I'm out, and I didn't want to make one, even though I could have, but lazy. So I mixed in coconut aminos and chili oil instead of a little bit of sesame oil, just taking a little different direction. And I whizzed that up together with some garlic and some ginger and a little bit of sodium alginate. I probably should have used a little more. I used a 1/4 teaspoon, and since it's still basically very watery, I decided I just didn't care, that I liked it that way. I probably should have used a little more to get that viscosity. And then after that, because I did want some chunks in there, I went ahead and I used the flat iron ghost pepper, garlic, onion seasoning blend. So that's why it's nearly choking me with the spiciness as I open it. It's very good. I did taste it. And now the other thing you could add is just, you probably want to add a little bit of sweetener, maybe a little squirt of monk fruit. I'm just not feeling it. I mentioned on the live stream last night that I had a rough Saturday, and so I'm just like really turned off on the sweets right now. So I just going for like super tart and vinegary and extra hot and spicy, and I feel like the coconut aminos and the apple cider vinegar is plenty of sweet for me. So we'll get started. What we're gonna have to do though is probably take a break in the video. I like to usually keep the videos all in one shot because I feel like it's more natural, or maybe I'm just too lazy and I don't like editing videos. But and I'm not going to edit these very well either. I'll string it all together. But yeah, I know it's a good thing I'm not monetized, because who would want to pay for that bullshit, right? But so such it is. It's free. So I'll just string it together and it'll still be great. But the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put some shrimps together. I need you to know that on my air fryer, I have a button for air fry, and then it does have presets for various, let me just, if I hit the air fry, I have fries, potato, wings, beef, chicken, fish, shrimp, and veggies. And if I roll this over to shrimp, it's 250, but that is too low. So I'm going to roll it back over to, weirdly, chicken, because chicken is already at 390, and you're going to air fry it at 390 for about 12 minutes. So I'll adjust all that when I get to it. In the meantime, I initially had thought about doing like a traditional sort of way to batter, where you start off with a little bit of a roll in the flour, and I've ultimately decided I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to take my shrimps and I'm going to dump them into the coconut milk and egg mixture. I didn't add anything else to it, so it's just the coconut milk and the eggs. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just want to make enough for my lunch. And the extra shrimp I will be taking upstairs, and I'm going to saute them in some chili oil and garlic, and have them with, I had made some of those, the molecular gastronomy noodles from Keto Asian Flavors, but I just use the water and sodium alginate so that they're clear glass noodles. And I'm going to use those with some seafood stock that I made using the shells from the shrimp and some shells from some lobster that we had a while back that I had in the freezer, and I had put that all together. So I will have myself a nice sort of a, I don't know, some kind of soup with the spicy shrimps and my noodles and my shrimp broth. So I'm going to go ahead, and that's why I'm wearing gloves, so that I can get a little dirty. But I'm going to go ahead and just squish these down in here. I know you can use tongs if that weirds you out to get things dirty. I have a little disposal bag here so I can take the glove off. But it is definitely much easier. Plus, I thought if I decided I looked like I want more as I'm breading them, I can just dump more in without an issue. I can also stop and start my video as needed, which is super important. So you just take it and you roll it into your crumbs. Give it a little... Yeah, it sticks just fine. I didn't need to do anything special. And you put it right here on your air fryer basket. You are using the basket. So, and I put this underneath it. It's probably not the best thing for the actual air frying. And maybe I'll change my mind and I will just put the basket right onto the screen. But it's not hard to clean out the air fryer toaster oven. But it's not zero effort either. And so sometimes I just rather deal with the slightly lower performance than to deal with the slightly lower performance than to deal with the extra cleaning of the air fryer. It's really, you know, you should just say don't be lazy, Maitreya, but you know, it is what it is. I gotta go back to work soon, so yeah. So it does look like this is all I'm going to do because it's picking up the batter. I didn't necessarily make extra. So, but as you can see, let me hold one up here for you. Don't mind my fingers. But you can see it's well coated. Well, maybe you can't see it. I don't know. It's hard to tell. In case you wonder why I always think you can't see, it's because the lights here glare right down, and so when I look at my laptop screen, which is where the video is showing what's on, it's really bright and washed out, so I don't have any clue what it's going to look like when it's actually done until after it's already done. And of course, on something like this, it's not like it would be easy to redo. So, but it does seem like after the fact that I'm usually wrong and you can see just fine, and I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and just get these breaded. So why shrimp, and why would I choose National Shrimp Day? Why? Because I'm just nerdy like that. I love shrimp. Shrimp is amazing. And I really enjoy it. Plus, once you add in the coconut fat and all of that stuff, it actually becomes quite a nice food for me. I know a lot of people don't eat seafood or vegetables or many other things, but I eat all of those things. So, not a concern from my side of the fence. So the other thing, though, is it was a fun little thing to read up on and, you know, do my normal little geekify thing. And just so I could let you guys know that I did actually research why fried shrimp. And as it turns out, I would have never figured this out. Evidently, deep frying originated with ancient Egyptians and also Romans and Greeks. I don't know why that's like such a surprise to me. I mean, they were pretty innovative people, so I lost some breading because now it's starting to get sticky and I'm making a mess. So anyways, all the way back to the ancient Egyptians. Who would have guessed? Not me. However, it was actually Portuguese who invented frying shrimp. So deep frying came from Romans, Greeks, and ancient Egyptians, but frying shrimp, the credit goes to the Portuguese, which of course, because they are food geniuses. So 100% also not a surprise. And really thrilled. Boy. Give me just a second here to pat this on. The batter's getting sticky. For those of you who've deep fried, you're familiar with it when that happens. Fortunately, I only have, oops, I may need to make myself some space on here. 2 shrimps, which is good because I think that I have exceeded the amount of crumb that I have. So a couple shrimps here are going to be a little slender on the batter, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, so anyway, so then Portuguese did a lot of training with Japan. And as it turns out, that is how we wind up with tempura shrimp, because the Japanese then took the Portuguese recipe and made their own. Last shrimp, you guys. So let me see if I can get it breaded. Ooh, it's tight squeeze. I don't know about these last couple shrimps. It's kind of just a mess. We'll see how. It'll still taste good, but it's not quite as crummy. And actually, I'm going to do a quick thing here, like a little cheater on this one. So, swap out the gloves. And while it's not necessarily, doesn't have the pork rinds and stuff in there, there's enough in here that I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to sprinkle some extra coconut. So it'll be a little bit of an extra coconut-y kind of weird one, but that's all right with me. So and that brought it into Japan. They've made their tempura shrimp. And so it stuck out over there for quite some time. And then, of course, due to trade and travel and all of that fun stuff, the settlers brought it to the Americas. And so we've got fried shrimp in the Americas, and there we go. Now, when I say fried shrimp, I'm talking fried shrimp, not coconut shrimp. So not quite the same. Let me just put this down here in my little dirty area and wipe up a little spill that I have here. I don't know, guys, using my table now, I have to launder everything again. So once that happens, I'll put this down here as well onto my little tray. That's all on fried shrimp. It doesn't really tell us about coconut shrimp. You should know, I tried real hard to research, and basically anywhere I could find, and even food historians that I talked to, we actually don't know where coconut shrimp came from. But they believe that once it traveled to the Americas and really got around, that they're thinking that the coconut shrimp probably came from the Caribbean or Polynesia. And then that's how it got introduced up into Florida and traveled throughout the United States. So there's your geekified portion. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and, well, I'll start this and then we're going to stop the video and let things cook, and then I'll rejoin us so we can see the end result. I'm going to do 12, hit start, and I think I want the full fried effect, the air frying effect. So I'm going to put my basket right in on the little wire rack, and boom. So we'll circle back in a minute, and I will just get this tray cleaned up and tidied up, and we'll be in great shape for a little more conversation and trying out some shrimp. See you in a moment. All right, everyone, welcome back. It's just a few seconds left before the timer on my air fryer goes off. You just saw the little light click on that indicates that it's about ready to be done. So I thought I would start us back up. So you can see, I will tell you that lesson learned. I was going for air fryer airflow and not thinking about the batter. And so when I flipped them, some of the batter did stick, but it still looked amazing. And oh, if only there was smell-o-vision, because it smells fantastic. I can't even begin to tell you. And there's the beeper telling us it's ready. So let's take a look. So we'll just pull the basket out. There you go. Fried coconut shrimps. And let me set this back down. Well, I'm holding this backwards. I've got the wrong hand. Let's pull a shrimp. They feel nice and juicy and plump, and they don't feel rubbery, which is always a concern, you know, overcooking. But they are absolutely just gorgeous. I don't know why I'm being fussy about picking them, because I'm actually going to devour them all in a very short time period. But let me just set these back in here, because that's the space on my plate. And that way they can stay kind of warm for a few minutes. And so there you go. Air fried coconut shrimp with extra hot and spicy, I don't know, some kind of chili sauce that I'm going to make up. And I just know that they usually put like that sweet chili sauce with coconut shrimp a lot. And that's definitely a non-keto food, because the commercial kind is really full of sugar. Oh, the batter is delicious and crunchy. I know. Let's just try a little piece. Really good, guys. So, 100% have to recommend. Yeah, see, some of the batter came off due to the basket of the air fryer. But it is nice and crispy, crunchy, and the taste is just fantastic. So, I know, finish up this YouTube channel and stop eating, Maitreya, but it's so good. So, happy National Shrimp Day, happy solstice, and make yourself some coconut shrimp. 100%. Oh, it's a winner.